Friday night, Jacksonville, Florida. We're heading to this parking lot. Winn-Dixie, New Spring, Home and Patio, Goodwill. Oh wait, Warehouse 31 Unleashed? Good Friday night, everybody. We're in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're here to check out Warehouse 31, local haunt. I should correct myself, it's actually Warehouse 31 Unleashed. They have free candy, puppies, Wi-Fi? There's lots of bad guys out here.
What? Tonight, you guys join the ship!
Got a little hearse here, a hearse there. I'm told that there's 4 haunted attractions inside this building. One is Slaughter Circus, Mr. Tasties Meat Factory, Dark Waters, and Lockdown. It's like a lamb wizard over there somehow. He's just picking his teeth. And then there's a pirate ship here. Sure, I got the hat, right?
Oh, can you handle it?
I don't know, can I?
If not,
Got the Buccaneers hat?
David's gonna block it for you. Nice!
Is this where the party is?
Absolutely. We all go down. We all go down. Oh, he's not worthy! Show him through the plank! Aye! We're all gonna plank for you.
Sure.
Buccaneer.
Buccaneers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So am I.
Swim with the fishes.
All right.
David Jones will greet you first.
Thank you, sir. It's a beautiful night. Not supposed to rain at all. But yet there's lightning in the sky. Good thing we're going indoors. Got menacing clowns just patrolling out here now. I am like, besides those 2 people there, I think the only people here. It's a clown with swagger. There's one bad guy. It's very suspicious. I think we're gonna get inside and see what it's all about.
1 hour later.
So we just wrapped up going at Warehouse 31. We were not allowed to film inside, which is fine. We didn't see this guy in the house. Is that Amy?
You from the Chiefs?
Oh yeah.
I know you. I watch you on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
What about the puppet?
She's kind of shy. She likes him. She
Okay.
likes me.
So I'm forever thrown off when I meet folks where I left off, but the houses that we went through are all kind of chained back to back together. So it's awesome. You go from Lockdown into Mr. Tasties, into Dark Waters, and then finish up with Slaughter Circus. And each have their own unique scares. And I will tell you, they employ every scare that you could possibly think. From strobe lights to people coming from up above, to people down below, to man as bush, evil clowns, zombies, lots of places where you need to crawl. They even have a slide at one point where you need to crawl, get down on your ass and actually slide through a slide. But a lot of crawling and some climbing, and it's definitely not for people that are not physically active. I will say I think there's alternate ways to get past those parts of the house, but they really add to the enjoyment. There's kind of like a alternative Pennywise-y type clown over there with black balloons. There's literally all types of baddies, monsters, things that go bump in the night. Anything that could potentially scare you will scare you. Don't be thrown off that it is actually a storefront and you're going through parts of the store. It works out very well, and it's actually better than most outdoor places because the weather is not a factor. This guy coming behind us.
What's up?
How you doing?
Fucking killer.
Literally.
Did I just get you demonetized?
Nah, it's okay. Figuratively. Got a little shavel action out here. People are more than a little scared. What's going on, sir? Are you selling balloons tonight? So the clown that I just spoke to is actually from Dead City Clowns, and they're out of Savannah, Georgia, but they were hired or brought in to do the event here tonight. So it's very cool. Like I said again, all different types of things that go bump in the night, and it's really effective. On that note, I think we may be finding our way home from Warehouse 31. Wait a second. It's the battle over who wants the balloons the most. Now there's some type of trimming of the purple hair going on. Alright, before we get out of here, because I know this video is like all over the place at this point, I just want to give a quick synopsis of the 4 houses that they offer at Warehouse 31. And it is, I believe, 1 ticket price to go through all of the houses. They are chained together, so as soon as you start one house and exit, you're in queue for the next house in line. They do offer a VIP Fast Pass, which we ended up doing as well. We did pay for our ticket to come here tonight, and we really didn't need it. With the lines that are here tonight. It's opening night. I think that things are starting to get ramped up. I anticipate that this place will be very much busier as we get closer to Halloween. The first house that we went into was Lockdown, and Lockdown is kind of a traditional zombie house, but it's kind of like the initial stages of zombie breakout happening, and there's a cure somewhere in the house that it's your job to find where that cure is. I didn't see the cure. I did see a lot of really cool prop effects and actors really going hard in turning into zombies, and those that have already turned into zombies. Really fun house. Mr. Tasties Meat Factory is kind of based in the 30s, where it's a butcher and they've kind of run out of meat due to the Depression, so they start grinding up humans. In very similar, you know, if you're thinking like Simon's Slaughterhouse or other cannibal type houses. Very fun house to go into. Lots of meat hanging everywhere, a lot of sticky stuff that I was convinced that I was getting blood stuck on my hands and everything, but I was not. Lots of butchers that are interacting with you, as well as other scary individuals within the house. I like that house a lot. The next up was probably my favorite house that they had in the set, and that is Dark Waters. Again, it's another type of voodoo type of house, but it's kind of reptile hybrids. They had an incredible character in there that I wish was out doing character meets right now. Kind of a frogman, and the character was just absolutely awesome. I just stood there, kept looking at the costume. It was amazing. There are some really dark spots within that house. I did accidentally step on an actor in that house because they were scaring from the floor and I didn't see them, and I had to apologize a bunch of times. And if you're watching this video, I apologize again. Never my intent to touch any actors, and by the way, when you go in the house, they don't touch you and you can't touch them. And there's no phones or cameras or anything. Any of that type of stuff will get you thrown out of the property. But everything was awesome in that house. They had the amazing like fog type of smoke effect that we've seen before at Petrified Forest, where you have a kind of a light above you and the fog going up to that light, so it looks like you're going through a swamp type area. They had a rickety type barrel bridge, or multiple uses of that. There's a snake puppet somewhere within that maze also. There was some really fun things to see. That was absolutely my favorite part of Warehouse 31. And then Slaughter Circus was the last part of Warehouse 31, kind of your traditional twisted mayhem, twisted circus type of a house. Not 3D, but there are some elements in there that are kind of glow neon type stuff that you need to avoid. There's one part in there that you know, if you're afraid of rats, then it's not the house for you, because you need to crawl in a tunnel that has a gigantic rat inside of it. So it was fun. I did get grouped up with 4 other people. They asked me if I wanted to go alone or if I wanted to go with the other people, and I figured why not just go with the other people, since we were the only folks that were going through at the time. And when I spoke to them during or in between the houses as we were chaining through, and then afterwards, all of them said the same thing repeatedly, in that they normally go to Horror Nights, and they thought that this was better than Horror Nights as far as scares and interactivity and fun factor. So be that as it may, I think when it comes to home haunts, I can't rank this against Horror Nights. I'd have to say, how this is maybe against, Petrified Forest or Screamageddon and things like that. And I like this. I think that it definitely delivered on the scares. But that's going to do it for me, and thanks a lot for coming along, and thanks for the folks that said hello here. I'm always surprised when people say hello and recognize us or recognize me from the channel and we're not in the home area. Very, very cool stuff. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.